My name is Jahabah Sadiq. I run the Malaysian Insider, and this forum has been put together by a small team of one. That's Stephen Ng. And let me just tell you that this forum is about Malaysia. Malaysia turns 50 this year, and there are many who wonder how we've survived 50 years as a nation. Within the first 2 years, we lost one component, Singapore, and for the 48 years, we've got three territories of the Federation of Malaya, Sabah, and Sarawak. Today we have four speakers who are going to talk about identity. What is it like? And the way forward. We have purposely chosen four very young people for the simple reason, I think for the last 48 years, we've heard every old person and our fathers and mothers talk about Malaysia. So once in our lives, we'd like to get the perspective of youth and see what we can figure out the way forward for the Malaysia that is. Before I introduce them, let me just say we've been speaking to a lot of people about Malaysia, how it happened, and one person who was in jail at the time, September 16, 1963, which is also Lee Kuan Yew's birthday, he said Malaysia was an accident of the Cold War. It was set up as a buffer against communism. Obviously, those who read history know what happened in Indonesia, Vietnam, all countries. So Malaysia was a neocon experiment, okay? I think Malayans and Sarawakians and Sabahans at the time had no clue what it was all about, including Singaporeans. Maybe the elites had. But today we're going to find out what everyone who was born maybe at least 22 years after Malaysia was formed. One of the oldest here is Nasri, but let me just go, on my left is Abdul Rahman Hussein. Abdul Rahman Hussein or Rahman Hussein? Rahman Hussein. He's 27. Very young man. I met him a few years ago. He's the co-founder and CEO of Academy Belia. What that is, we'll find out. Next to him is Nasri Sabia, who is from Sabah. He's a program officer with PACOS, an NGO that serves indigenous communities. He's the only one here who has had experience with forums. The other three are apparently virgins. So as Rahman said, I had the pleasure of popping the cherries of three people today. And next to Nasri is a young guest in the group, Mr. Pang Jo Fan. He's the only one with a suit, with a jacket. And he is apparently a self-professed undergraduate law geek. What that is, I don't know, but he's wearing a jacket, so that says it all. And next to him, the only rose among the thorn, Tabitha Ujang. She's Executive Secretary for Sarawak's Go Rural Drive, which is, I'm not going to talk about political affiliations. All four of them are here today because they're Malaysians, young Malaysians, and all of you here, I don't think anyone in this room is older than me. Oh, except Stephen. So without much ado, the format is simple. Each speaker will impress us with their presentation and 15 minutes of talk. Okay, and then after all that is over, we will have 10 minutes of question, and then we will have a 25-minute smoke, coffee, whatever break. No, we'll just have 10-minute break, and then we'll have a little forum discussion about their answers, their replies to the questions you ask. Okay, if anybody thought coming to the Malaysian bar meant you'll have beers, I'm sorry, there's only water. Okay, so without much ado, let me present Rahman Hussein.